Welcome to tutorial number 4. In this video, I will show you the geometry creation portion for tutorial number 4. In the next steps, you will create a quarter of the entire geometry. You will use the mirror command to then generate the rest. First, we will create two polar arcs. In this step, you will create two arcs using the arcpolar command. To create an arc polar, you need to know the radius, the start angle, the end angle, and the center point of the arc. Select Create, Arc, Arc Polar. In the ribbon bar, input a radius of 5. Now press the Tab key twice. Input a value of 0 for your start angle, and for your end angle, input a degree of 90. Once complete, select the origin. From here, use the Fit icon to fit the drawing to the screen. Your drawing will appear as shown. You can now press the Apply button to continue in the same command. This time, enter a radius value of 3.5. Press the Tab key twice. Input a start angle of 0 degrees and an end angle of 90 degrees. Again, select the origin. Your drawing will appear as shown. Once complete, select the OK button. Select the Fit icon. Next, we will create a circle. In this step, you will learn how to create a circle knowing the radius and the center point. Select Create, Arc, Circle Center Point. Enter a radius value of 0.375 and then choose the Fast Point command. Input the parameters 3.375, 2.125. Press Enter on your keyboard. Now select the OK button to exit the command. Your drawing will appear as shown. Next, we will create a line tangent to the circle. In this step, you will use the Create Line Endpoint command to create a line tangent to the circle at a 180 degree angle. Mastercam angles are measured counterclockwise and will always total 360 degrees. Select the Create Line Endpoint command. In the ribbon bar, make sure that only the tangent icon is enabled and none of the other icons are selected. Select the following arc. Make sure when you are selecting the arc that the quadrant point does not appear. Now sketch a line by moving the cursor to the left of the arc and click to select the second endpoint as shown. In the ribbon bar, type in an angle of 180 and press Enter. Once you have entered the angle, the line will be updated. Select the OK button now to exit the command. Your geometry will appear as shown. We will now create a fillet. In this step, you will use the Create Fillet Entities command to create a fillet with the radius of 0.75. Fillets are used to round the sharp corners. That being said, select Create, Fillet, Entities. Enter a radius value of 0.75. Also, ensure that the fillet style is set to normal and that the trim is enabled. Select Entity A and then Entity B as shown. Once complete, choose the OK button to exit the command. Your geometry will appear as shown. In the next step, you will mirror the inside geometry about the x-axis. Select the X-Form Mirror command. Now make a window around the entire geometry. Press Enter. The X-Form Mirror dialog box will appear. Pick the option to mirror the entities about the x-axis as shown. Also, ensure that copy is enabled. Once complete, pick the OK button to exit the Mirror dialog box. Now select the Fit icon to fit the drawing to the screen. The geometry should appear as shown. To return the geometry color back to its original color, select the Clear Colors icon. Next, we will create an arctangent to two entities. Select the Create Arctangent command. From here, select the Arctangent to entities icon and enter the radius as shown. Select Entity A and Entity B as shown. Select the hidden line arc as shown. Once complete, choose the OK button to exit the Create Arctangent function. Your geometry will appear as shown up to this point. We will now trim the geometry using Trim 3 Entities command. In this step, you will use the Trim 3 Entities command to clean the geometry. The first two entities that you select are trimmed to the third, which acts as a trimming curve. The third entity is then trimmed to the first two. This function is useful for trimming two lines to a circle that is tangent to both lines. The arc is selected last, and the results vary depending on whether you select to keep the top or the bottom of the arc. Select Edit, Trim Break Extend. Select the option to trim three entities. Select the entities in the following order as shown. Your geometry should appear as shown. Repeat the steps to clean the second circle. You can now press the OK button to exit this command. In the next step, we will mirror the geometry. Specifically, we will mirror the inside geometry about the y-axis. Select X-Form Mirror. To select the entire geometry, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and click on both contours as shown. Once the entities have been selected, choose the End Selection button. The X-Form Mirror dialog box will appear. Pick the option to mirror the entities about the y-axis. Also, ensure that copy is enabled. Pick the OK button to exit the Mirror dialog box. If necessary, select the Fit icon to fit the drawing to the screen. Your geometry should appear as shown. Again, to return the geometry back to its original color, select the Clear Colors icon. Next, we will create the ellipses. In this step, you will learn how to create an ellipse knowing the point of origin, A radius and B radius. Select Create Ellipse. Select the origin as the position of base point. Now enter an A radius value of 3 and a B radius value of 1.5 and then press Enter. Once complete, select the OK button to exit the ellipse command. Your part will appear as shown. We will now offset the ellipse. In this step, you will offset the ellipse with a given distance. To do this, select Xform, Offset. Select the ellipse as shown. Now click inside of the ellipse. Change the distance in the Offset dialog box to 0.25 and leave Copy enabled. Once complete, select the OK button to exit the Offset dialog box. Again, pick the Clear Colors icon to return the geometry back to its original color. Select the Fit icon. Your geometry will appear as shown up to this point. In the next step, we will add text. In this step, we will create letters. Then using the bounding box, you will create a point at their center, and then you will use the Translate command to move them in the center of the part. Creating letters uses lines, arcs, and NURB splines. There are various fonts found in this command as well. When using TrueType fonts, the height of the letters may not match the value you entered for the letter height because Mastercam scales the letters based on all the information encoded in the TrueType font. Before we begin, we will change the main color to red. From the ribbon bar, click on the system color as shown. Select the red color number 12. Once complete, choose the OK button. We will now create the letters. Select Create, Letters. When the Create Letters dialog box appears, select the TrueType button as shown. Scroll down the font list and find the font Times New Roman. Also, choose Bold for the font style. Select the OK button. Input the word Mastercam under the area titled Letters. As well, change the height to 0.5 and the spacing to 0.05 as shown. Select the OK button. Now pick a point to the right of the part as the text starting location. Press Escape on your keyboard to exit the command. Select the Fit icon. Next, we will create a point at the center of the letters using Bounding Box. Select Create, Bounding Box. The Bounding Box dialog box will appear. Disable the option to create line arcs and only enable the center point. Also, uncheck all entities. Once you unchecked all entities, Mastercam brings you to the graphics window where you can select the letters. Click on the Quick Mask color icon located to the right of the graphics window as shown. The Select All dialog box will appear. Click on the red color as shown. Once complete, choose the OK button to exit the Select All dialog box. Now pick the End Selection button. A point should now appear in the middle of the letters. Select the OK button to exit the Bounding Box dialog box. Next, we will move the letters using Translate. Select Xform Translate. Click on the Quick Mask color icon again. Select the red color as shown. Now press the OK button. Choose the End Selection button to finish the selection. When the Translate dialog box appears, select the Move button and then choose the From Point icon. From here, choose the Window Zoom icon and create a window around the letters. Select the point inside the E as shown. Now press the Fit icon. From here, choose the drop-down arrow in the Auto Cursor ribbon bar. Select Origin. Again, select the OK button in the Translate dialog box. If needed, select the Fit icon. Similar to before, return the geometry back to its original color by selecting the Clear Colors icon. Your part will appear as shown up to this point. Finally, we will delete the point. In this step, you will use the Quick Mask Point selection to select the center point and then you will delete it. From the Quick Mask toolbar, select the Quick Mask Point as shown. Now select the Delete Entities icon as shown. Your point has disappeared. Finally, save the file. This will complete the geometry creation portion for tutorial number 4. In the next video, I will discuss the setup sheet, how to select the machine, and how to set up the stock.